Hi, I'm Mr. Tabor, Science 8 teacher this year, for your student. I wanted to show you how your student could better keep on top of what is assigned for our class. All of our classwork will basically come through Google Classroom unless stated otherwise, so the easiest way to do that is to figure out where to find them on Google Classroom. Now, your student is used to this scene, so if you have your student log in with Google Classroom, you can see what's upcoming, like there's one assignment that's due today, and what'll be happening in the future if it's already been published to School Loop, like due tomorrow. If we click View All, then we can take a look at what is assigned, what's missing, and what's already been done. And it can organize itself by week. So what's already been done, we can take a look. These assignments were turned in. This one's already been graded. We can see what's been submitted earlier. And this one might be the most important one for making sure that you're getting caught up, is what's been missing. Of course, you're going to want to turn in the work before it's due, but this is helpful to get caught up. So you can see that it organizes it by week. This is my dummy account, so there are a lot of missing assignments. But the to-do list is one big thing that you can use. Now, how do you get to the to-do list? Now, if we were to go to our classes, what we can do, like the menu onto the side, this top left button up here, we can click menu, and then we can click to do in the classes that we're enrolled. Of course, you can check all of your classes, but right now I'm just focused on the Mr. Tabor class. So that's one way. Let's get back to the class. Now the other way is to look and see which assignments are more vibrant, which ones are brighter in their icons next to them. The grayed ones, the grayed out ones, have already been turned in. So we can see if it's an assignment, if it looks like it's on a clipboard, like a little clipboard icon there. We can see if it's a material, that means something that our teacher wants us to reference later, or isn't due, if it looks like a book with a bookmark. We can also see questions that are asked. You can see the questions that have been answered, that have been grayed out. We can see the questions that are still waiting to be answered in the more vibrant icon. So making sure that that you have no vibrant icons left would be one big way of making sure that everything is turned in. Now, those two things that I just listed work for all of Google Classroom, any class. This one is going to be what's specific for our class. So, as you've been seeing, I've been scrolling through the topics. One of the topics that I update frequently as for our Science 8 class is this asynchronous checklist. This is kind of like a homework list, if you will. Students can even use this to add to their planner. I update these throughout the week. So this is for this current week. You can see that each one is a tiny little checkbox. You can't edit it because I'm going to be updating it throughout the week. But what you can do is you can look and make sure that you've completed everything that's been listed. I leave them up so that way you can look back at every week. Of course, there will be the work that's assigned will be listed in our slides. So what did I do? I went into slides, which is right below Asynchronous Checklists, and I clicked on the current date. The slides have all of the detailed instructions for all of the assignments. You can scroll through them. You have viewing privileges. So at the end, and also at the beginning, the asynchronous work is listed in two spots. I list it on usually the second or third slide under asynchronous, and I also leave it on the very last slide right before the end of the lesson. Just to repeat, so it's the last thing that you see before you log out. So I hope that these can be helpful in terms of keeping on top of what's upcoming and what's due.